Not quite.
Dang it! Well, how about an apple as a peace offering?
When are you going to learn, stepmother, that we women shouldn't be judged by our surface beauty, but rather by the contents of our brains?
That's just stupid.
Okay, then how about I use my martial arts skills to take you out then?
Oh, it's on.
Hey, I was just in the neighborhood looking for a girl in a coma. Whoa! A chick fight!
And it was a glorious battle!
Ow! Ow!
Ow! Go Snow White!
A titanic struggle of good and evil, purity versus corruption! Until finally,
I shall transform myself into a black dragon.
no, that was in the Sleeping Beauty movie.
How are you doing, Sleeping Beauty?
No, this is Snow White.
Take that, witch!
Ah! I'm melting. Actually, I'm bleeding. Ah!
Ow!
Wow!
I'm a modern woman. Come on, let's get married.
I'll go find a church.
And just then,
Look, I'm living with a bunch of other little people.
I have heard enough. You are lucky enough to become my servants. Come with me.
and so they all lived happily ever after. And the 7 little dwarfs cooked and cleaned for them and did all that other junk Snow White was supposed to do in the story. And that was enlightening. Thank you.
And they had a son, Walt, who grew up to be a very handsome young man. Like most teenagers, however, he was rebellious and didn't like to do chores, which would have been fine, except for the fact that the royal family had forgotten about the witch.
Which witch?
The witch watch Walt's wish.
What?
Just watch.
It's tough being a prince. I wish I could be something else, like a frog.
Done.
Yay! I'm a talking frog! This stinks.
I thought she got stabbed to death.
No, you only thought she got stabbed to death. In reality, she escaped by sending her soul 15 years into the future.
I'm not sure this makes a whole lot of sense.
Do you want to get through all of these or not? So Walt moved to a nearby pond and remained there until he found a golden ball and was kissed by a princess. But the true secret origin here is of dwarf number 2. This is a little story I like to call number 95, the devil's grandmother.
The devil has his grandmother?
Everyone has a grandmother, and you need to call yours.
I have a phone call to make.
Oh, I thought you would never leave. Now, before I begin this very special story, I'd like us all to think about that special old person in our lives and imagine what it would be like to be old for a day. Mrs. Hinthorn already knows. Now, before I begin this very special Hallmark Channel presentation, I'd like us to get some warm, soft, fuzzy lighting, please. Maybe kind of a soft, warm glow around everyone on stage. Wake up, Peyton!
And now for a very special Hallmark Channel presentation, The Devil's Grandmother. Times were tough on the old farm.
Now that your grandpa's dead, we'll just play in this garden. That's all I've got left, really.
It was a special garden of love.
Grandmama, I heard about Grandpa. Could you use a hug?
Boy, could I.
And so began a very special relationship between a grandmother and her grandson, who just so happened to be the devil.
Can I help you plant those peas, Grandmama?
Why, sure you can, grandson. Just don't let me catch you using that black magic of yours.
Oh, Grandmama.
Say, your horn's getting bigger?
I'm growing up.
So you are. So you are.
But the garden couldn't stay green forever.
Grandmama, what happened?
Do I know you?
It's me, your grandson, the devil.
Well, where did I put my glasses?
I'm afraid your grandmother is getting older.
No! It's not fair! It's not fair, Grandmama!
So they decided to go on one last road trip together.
I've always wanted to see the Grand Canyon.
Oh, we'll get there, even though I can't legally drive.
Hopefully I'll never stop you before.
You're right.
What are you again?
It would be the wackiest road trip of their lives.
Oh, Grandmama.
And maybe, just maybe, they learned a little something about the power of the human heart.
Grandmama, we ran out of gas.
But the greatest lesson would be when they reached the Grand Canyon.
You know, grandson, me and your brother were simple people. We like simple things. We were gonna come out here for our honeymoon, but there were always chores to be done. Boy, he would have loved this here, though.
But even very special Hallmark Channel movies can have sad endings.
Grandmama! Grandmama!
She didn't make it.
No! No, why?
I'm afraid your grandmother didn't have insurance, so we're gonna have to charge you her medical bills, which amount to about $23,000.
I curse you.
And she shrank and shrank until she became quite small. In fact, a dwarf.
Now go work in a mine with the rest of your kind. I'm going to Disneyland. To work there, in one of those big costumes where I walk around and pretend I'm one of the Disney characters.
And I'm here to prevent lawsuits.
Too late!
But we can't really understand that story till we know where the devil's grandmother came from.
Can we just pause for a second?
What?
Is that really how Brothers Grimm recorded that story?
Well, that's more of a modern adaptation, you know. We took a few liberties. Okay, fine. The real story is about a couple of soldiers who sign away their souls so the devil's grandmother feels sorry for them. Blah, 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 blah. No one dies in the end. Just how the title tells me.
Fine, but now we have to fit that into our storyline.
No problem, because before she was the devil's grandmother, she was a little girl
That's deep.
who liked to wear red clothes.
When she was a little girl.
Oh, right. Anyway, Little Red Cap.
Little Red Cap?
Yeah, Little Red Cap.
Isn't it Little Red Riding Hood?
Okay, first of all, just because you wear red doesn't mean you're in a hood. Not everyone who wears red is in a gang. And second of all, we're going by the book. And that's what's in the book. So you're Red Cap.
Fine.
Anyway, Little Red Cap.
Well, I'm off to my grandmother's house to get her these sweets I made.
You see, Little Red's grandmother was kind of sick.
Oh, Little Red. Little Red, why aren't you here with Grandma's sweets? Grandma needs some sweets. I guess I'll just have to starve to death. I'm dying.
Boy, Grandma really knows how to turn on the guilt. I guess I'll just have to go into the dark and scary woods alone. Though it doesn't sound like a very good idea.
The woods? Alone? You know what that means.
I'm frightened. What was that? What's going on? Oh boy, I see what's going on.
that there is no gun in the original, and we can't have a gun on stage.
You're infringing on my Second Amendment rights. I have the right to protect myself from predatory animals.
Wyatt. What do you want to do then?
I say we tell this like a children's story instead of a nightmare-inducing slasher movie.
Fine. I get to be grandma then.
No.
Can I be Grandma?
No.
I don't want to be the wolf if I can't eat me one.
I still have my gun. I don't feel safe without it.
No, no, and no. Off stage.
After this show's over, I'm gonna meet you in the alleyway, and there's gonna be a reckoning.
So once upon a time, there was a little girl named Little Redcap.
Boy, am I in the dumps. It's kind of a rainy day. I feel sad on rainy days. Wolfie!
Hey, Little Red, what seems to be the trouble?
It's kind of a rainy day. I feel sad on rainy days.
Can I let you in a little secret? Sometimes I get sad too.
Really? A big wolf like you?
But you know what I do? I sing a song.
Can I sing along?
Sure can. Oh, the rain may come a-falling down, the worms may crawl up from the ground, but you know frown turns upside down when a rainbow comes around.
When a rainbow comes around.
When the rainbow comes around.
And sometimes rain can make you sneeze, and if you're old, you'll cough and wheeze. But you just wait 1 second, please, for rainbow through the trees.
For a rainbow through the trees.
For a rainbow through the trees.
Wow, what a wonderful song, Wolfie. Grandma! Grandma Woodcutter! Hi, Little Red. Hi, Wolfie. Let's all hug. Oh, I just love seeing you, Grandmother. Elderly people have so much wisdom to share with us.
They sure do.
Well, I do have one piece of wisdom for you. Sharing.
Sharing?
Sharing is radical.
What's that?
That's my air guitar.
Can I see it?
Remember about sharing, Randy Woodcutter.
Fine.
I think it's broken.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
How'd you do that?
Well, I learned a valuable lesson today about rainbows and sharing. I'm going to go off and become a vegetarian. I have to take care of the environment, because that's what good, conscious citizens do.
Bye, Wolfie.
Bye-bye.
Wow, what an adventure.
You can say that again.
Wow, what an adventure.
Oh, Little Red, you do amuse me in my golden years.
And they lived happily ever after, and always shared and appreciated rainbows.
And Little Red lived a long, long life.
So to recap, once upon a time there was a little girl from the hood who got eaten by a wolf, later got married, and had a daughter who married a demon, who then gave birth to the devil, who cursed the doctor until he became a dwarf. Little person! Who met up with another little person.
I prefer dwarf.
Who rescued a girl from a witch, who married a prince, and had a son who was cursed by that same witch into becoming a frog, who was friends with a talking fish, who was caught by a fisher girl, who became a different witch, who got killed trying to eat 2 little children, one of whom grew up to marry a prince, who had a daughter who made a series of unfortunate deals with a trio of supernatural beings, who had another daughter named Rapunzel, who was taken by an enchantress and locked in the tower until she was rescued by a prince. And there were no crab people.
Yeah, that's just about it.
I gotta say, we really haven't done all of them that are in this book.
We've done the important ones.
Yeah.
Ahem.
What?
Aren't you forgetting something? Don't think so?
I mean, I think we got all the famous ones. There's a whole bunch of stories about foxes, but who wants to hear those?
I hate foxes.
And some other about talking animals, some giants, and a whole bunch with peasants cheating the devil out of... Oh.
Yeah.
Once upon a time.
Thank you.
There was a little orphan girl.
Oh, I am orphaned. Oh, how sad.
We can walk this way.
Oh, how sad I am.
Hold on. Hold on.
What is it?
There was some bad beef in the catering.
Oh, the catering is bad.
Oh, I had the beef.
Everyone is back for throwing up.
Excuse me?
We don't have enough people left to do this one.
What?
Well, I guess we could skip it then.
No, we are not skipping it.
How many actors do we have left?
I don't know.
Now listen, you little reject from Nickelodeon. This is my chance to be a star. Got it? We are going to tell my story. I'm going to get a full-length feature film out of it. And you are going to make me look good. Got it? Now go find me some people who aren't throwing up.
Well,
Got it? Or I will feed you to my chihuahua.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Now where's my spotlight? Over here. Thank you. Oh, how sad. Life. So sad.
Okay. So her mother died and her father remarried.
Mother? Where are you, Mother?
And the woman he married was beautiful of face, but black of heart.
Oh, this new mother of mine is such a witch.
She's actually not a witch.
Why must I sleep near the fireplace for warmth? Why must I clean the house? Why, Mother, why?
Probably because she was annoying.
Oh, my life is sad. I shall spread these cinders upon myself to keep me warm. Other how, oh!
So they called her Cinderella. Now, Cinderella had two wicked stepsisters, both equally beautiful.
I think you've got that wrong.
Says here they're beautiful too.
I think I know my story. Thank you. Oh, they are so mean to me. So mean. I can barely stand it. My tears, oh, so many tears, shall wash these dusty flagstones.
Me too.
Cue the stepsisters.
Look what the cat dragged in. Does it smell here or is it just her? That was a good one, Giselle. Thought you'd like it. Oh, Cinderella, we need to be getting ready for the ball.
What ball?
Wyatt! I love it when you're named her. Really? Anywho, the ball being thrown by Prince Charming. He's so dreamy. When I see him, I almost faint. Oh, Giselle.
So can I come?
Of course you can! Not. Come. Balls are for people who bathe. But we do have a treat for you. You are gonna have to get ready for the ball. Make us pretty. Make me pretty than her. I need to tell me any employees.
I suppose I'm going to need a lot of makeup.
So, being the good sister that she was,
I'm so good.
Cinderella dressed both of her sisters for the ball.
I'm so beautiful. I'm so gorgeous.
Life! So unfair! The room is spinning! Why? Why am I just a servant? A slave? Low within the dust. Lower than the worms that crawl beneath the dust. Low. So low. I shall not cry myself to sleep as I do every night.
I think she thinks the Oscar committee is watching. But just then, Cinderella's wicked stepmother entered.
Cinderella, what seems to be the trouble?
Life! Life and the misery it entails! If only my mother, my poor dear mother, were alive, she would take me to the ball.
Come here. Now, would you like to come to the ball with us? Before you answer, just think. All those people looking at you. It's probably a nightmare. You're lucky you get to see home with me, Taurus. I mean, yeah, it goes all right first, you meet Charming, but then he doesn't do that bad breath because he had garlic village.
But just then, Cinderella's wicked stepsister, Giselle, entered.
Mother, aren't you coming?
In a moment, dear. Run along.
Thank you. I will.
But then, Cinderella's other wicked stepsister entered.
I really need to be going to the ball because I'm the prettiest. No, I'm the prettiest. No, I am.
Rose, please. You're both pretty, you're both going to the ball, and you both need to exit right now without saying another word.
And so they left.
Thank you. Now, I am a fair stepmother, so I'm going to dump an entire dish of lentils into the fireplace, and once you pick them all out, you can come to the ball with us.
And with that, she dumped an entire dish of lentils into the fireplace, just like she said she was going to do.
What are lentils?
They go in soup, and they're difficult to get out of the fireplace, apparently.
All the humanity. Why must I always be punished?
I mean, it's just a couple of lentils. It doesn't seem all that hard to...
No, I will never go. Never. I am cursed. But what's that? What could it be? My fairy.
It was a swarm of birds.
Oh, birds, they're so beautiful. Come, my little feather friends. Come and peck all these lentils out of the fireplace for me. Thank you, birds. Thank you, birds. Fly, fly to freedom.
We're off to the ball.
Look what we did, stepmother. I have removed all the lentils. from the
Really?
fireplace.
Well, ain't that a kick in the pants?
So I will be accompanying you to the ball then? Oh, how I love balls!
Frankly, I don't think that's going to happen. Besides, you've got nothing to wear. Too bad. Have to be going. Seems to be you.
Oh, how can life be so cruel? Why? What's that? What could that be? My fairy?
It was another swarm of birds carrying a cape. No, I'm Clara.
Oh, what a lovely cape. Thank you, swarm of birds. So, who's going to do my hair? Oh, what a surprise. A fairy godmother. Isn't this where she sort of comes in and does her magic thing?
Nope.
What?
We're going by the original. There's no fairy godmother, just a swarm of birds.
Be quiet. Let me see that. There's no fairy godmother in here.
I was about 11 when I figured out I didn't have a fairy godmother.
Well, I can't do this without a fairy godmother. Who's going to turn a pumpkin into a coach?
You walk there.
What? I'm Cinderella. I have a fairy godmother and a coach that's made out of a pumpkin. Oh, and I also have some mice who turn into coachmen. So there's no mice either, huh? Well, next thing you know, there won't even be a glass slipper. There's no glass slipper either. Well, maybe I don't even know how this story goes then. Maybe I just get beheaded at the end. I get beheaded at the end!
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't read to the end yet.
I quit! I don't even know what you're doing anymore. I can't work like this. I'm going home.
Well, guess somebody's not living happily after all now, is she? All right then, let's continue with our story.
We can't continue. We don't have Cinderella.
Sure we do. Put on the cape. So Cinderella had her cape, and she felt very beautiful.
I feel very pretty. Thank you, birds. I shall now walk to the ball.
But the ball was guarded by a bouncer, a one-armed, one-eyed Scottish pirate named Mac.
Ah, what you doing in
started dancing. Unfortunately, they were not the best of dancers, but they did manage to have a conversation. It went a little like this.
You should go dance with the prince. He's so dreamy. I'm going first.
And just then, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, here's the Royal Highness, the Prince.
Hello there. Having a nice time, are we? Blimey, she's gorgeous. Who's that?
My name's Cinderella.
Michael, come and let's dance.
Oh, Prince, stop. You're embarrassing me.
You're so beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yes. Have you had any dental work recently? Because you've got a great set of teeth, lady.
So do you.
Okay, this is getting awkward. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with this guy. Maybe he should win the Oscar.
Oh, Prince, you dance divinely.
Hello. What's all this then?
And they danced all night long.
What are these strange feelings? Could it be love? Oh, my heart is beating so fast. What am I to do? Will he love me back?
Why do the good ones always talk to themselves?
So Cinderella returned home and gave her cake back to the swarm of birds.
Swarm of birds, where are you? I need you. Here, take this accursed cake, for I shall never have the man I love. Never. Question, Sam? Wasn't I supposed to drop a slipper or something?
You drop a slipper on your third trip. The birds keep bringing you more cakes, and then finally the prince smears pitch on the steps of the palace. Then your shoe sticks, your golden shoe, by the way.
Golden shoe?
And he comes looking for the girl who fits it.
Okay, that sounds more comfortable than glass.
You know what? Why don't you put a little effort into this, okay? A little of this, a little of that. The prince stops by with the shoe, looking for the girl who fits it.
Hello there. Any of you got one close to shoot?
Well,
Oh, I did. Give me that. Do you mind if I try this on in the bathroom? I'm shy.
Take all the time you like, love.
Excellent.
And of course, the shoe didn't fit, so she chopped off her big toe.
Everything okay, man?
It fits fine. I love you.
Well, Mrs. Nash, it fits. Let's get married then. Open the carriage.
It's nice.
Say, what's all this then? There's blood everywhere.
I had a blister.
You chopped off your toe, you did?
I've never had toes.
Out of my carriage, you!
So, the wicked stepsister went back home, and the prince returned to find Cinderella's other wicked stepsister.
Do you mind if I try to in the bathroom so no one can see what I'm doing?
Of course, I know all that, right?
And once she was in the bathroom, the shoe didn't fit her either, so she did the only logical thing and chopped off her heel.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. See, it fits.
Why, you're as pretty as a daisy. Let's get married then. Come in the carriage.
Sounds peachy.
But as they were riding,
Say, do you smell blood? You see, I'm not terribly observant either. Blimey! There's blood on your foot.
I cut myself shaving. I have hair feet. Like a hobbit.
You cut off your heel.
I did for you.
and so the prince returned to the house for a third time.
Hello there. I realize several of the ladies at this house have cut off body parts to fit this here shoe. But I was just wondering if anyone else fits it. You see, I may not be very smart, but I make up for it by being very persistent. It makes me ideal to run the government.
I will try on the shoe.
It fits!
My love!
It is you!
It is I!
And they lived happily ever after. As for the wicked stepsisters, the swarm of birds